Hello and welcome to Loiner Experience. We're your hosts, Alfie and Ryan. It's a bit of a pilot episode today to see how it goes. We're going to be focusing on the Rhinos trip to Catalans this weekend. How are you feeling, Ryan? Are you confident?
I don't know. Really don't know. It's going to be hard. Very hard.
I think that's kind of everyone's feeling because we're coming off a massive win at Wigan last week. But can we keep it up?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Catalan game last week?
I don't know who they played, so no. I don't even know if it's on
Um,
Sky or out, so probably I don't think it was anyway.
Anyway, they played Huddersfield, 13-12 win. Surely they can't be confident going into this week.
I mean, they can because they won.
I suppose, but not really a very inspiring result, is it? Like
No.
our 42-12 win. It's Wigan.
No.
So, I mean, looking at the team sheet, the Rhinos have got quite a few players back. Got Matt Pryor back, got Aiden Caesar back, Pussy 2 is fit. Now, just how big are they?
Fairly big, yeah.
Do you think changing last week's side's the right thing to do? Or do you think we need to stick with it and wait until we...
I don't know because you've got very good players in there, really. So you probably should change it for the better because, yeah, we haven't recruited them for no reason.
I get what you're saying. If they're not fully fit, would you still do the same, or do you think you'd keep them out for a bit?
I would keep them unchanged if they're not fully fit.
I agree with you though. I agree with you. So look at the Catalans. Who do the Catalans have out? So look at their squad. They don't have
I don't think they have anyone out.
no 10, no 11, no 12, no 13.
Whoever they are, that's in
Yeah.
French. So you know what? Let's have a look.
It's a very
Tra-
strong side there, really. Let's
Tra-
face it.
Yeah, it is.
No Napa, no Tyrone May, no Laguerre, no Garcia, no Davies, no Busquets.
Oh yeah, God.
Busquets, no Whitley, no McMeekin, no Desiree.
Yeah.
Quite a few out.
I didn't think they
Mapalon and
had that much.
Yarba.
I can't lie.
I didn't either, but
Seems
I
to
mean,
do.
I'll take it personally. It's
Oh yes,
I think it's a tough one really because they're not full strength, but I think it's probably still the better side than us, for honest. But
yeah, true. They did
think-
beat us up at Edinley, but we were poor that day.
I also think the officials were part that day. I know I keep saying it, but
I don't know. I can't remember. It was 3 months, 4 months ago, whatever.
it was. But I've just got these images in my head of the referees being off. I can't remember what they did.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it's Super League.
But
We really sound like classic Leeds fans here.
we are classic Leeds fans. But no, I think it should be quite a good experience. I mean, we were last in France 2 weeks ago to lose.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the result we wanted. But I was going to say we saw a performance. We didn't see a performance. We listened to someone try and commentate a game. It was great fun.
Yeah, great fun. Trying to make out what was happening. It seemed poor. Seemed a very poor showing.
Did seem quite poor. But at least we got the young ones involved and they did themselves proud.
Yeah, true. At least
everyone else didn't. At least they did. But no, I think... What's the weather over there this week? Is it the same 40 degrees?
Probably too hot. Probably it's the same.
See, I don't see how they can play in that heat personally. I think it's just too much. I mean, it's not down to me, is it? I'm not the one that decides what's too hot.
At the time of play, going to be 33 degrees. So a bit cooler, but not much.
I think the players trained in that a few weeks back, didn't they? So it's not too bad.
Should be okay.
Right. So whereabouts are Catalan in the form table? Have you seen the form table?
No,
I believe we're fifth, which is quite a good showing, really, based on how the start of the season went.
Yeah, it has been a good showing for us based on how the season started.
Rowan Smith's done a really good job, and I think everyone can see the difference it's made, and it's encouraging for the future, really, but also for the present. And that's why I think it's such a hard decision to make going forward between Catalans and Leeds, because on paper, Catalans should win the game, but on form, Leeds probably should win it.
Yeah, I probably agree with you there.
It's just that I think for the past 2 months, we've slowly been getting better and better. And we're now at a point where I feel like on this day, we probably could beat any team in Super League, even Saints.
That's a big statement.
I genuinely think we could. Like, if they're on their day, probably not. But if they had an off day, we could beat them. Put it that way. That's what I think. But
yeah, potentially.
So Catalans are sat third in the table at the minute with a 88 points difference, which is not too good actually. I was expecting more than that.
Yeah, fair.
We've only got 73 less.
I mean, they've won. They've lost 3 of the last 6 games. Is that on the Super League website?
It's not ideal, that is it? Not at all.
However, we've been quite inconsistent. We've also lost 3 of our last 6 games.
That's
a shock. Inconsistency yet again.
It's classic Leeds, isn't it? We can be the best team in the world, but we're inconsistent as anything, so it doesn't really matter. Something like that. 69 tries for Catalans this season. That's 40 less than Wigan. Seems like a lot.
Yeah. However, I think they did beat them 46-0. So that doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't. 405 points scored. It's not a right lot, is it?
No. I don't know.
We're going to score
many we've scored
616.
either.
We scored I think we scored 405 or just a little bit less or something. We scored something like, might be 100 less or something, which is not a right lot considering we didn't really score for about 5 weeks. We got nilled by Saints. Did we get nilled by Saints? Yeah, we did get nilled by Saints.
26-0. That was an awful night. God.
I think most of the nights have been awful nights this season, but
yeah,
at least it's starting to get there.
We've been very poor at them.
I think, I'd say his away form's probably been better than his home form.
I'd say, barring Wigan, has there been any standout games we've played at home this year?
I mean, the only wins I can remember is Toulouse, Wakefield. But they won. KR as well. KR was a win, 12-0. That was a great.
That was a great win, yeah, but
not really.
We've been pretty unconvincing.
I think that's just how we've done it this season. We've not really done it convincing that much, apart from when we have, which doesn't really make too much sense.
No, it hasn't really been shades of last year or 2020.
No, it's just really not. But I think you look at the past 10 games and we beat Cast 34-20. That was a fairly convincing win, I'd say.
Yeah, it was.
Except
they'd scored 2 at the end.
Yeah, it was just more
disappointing.
Capitulating towards the end as we usually do.
Yeah.
But FC 62-12, 62-16, sorry, that was that was quite convincing.
Yeah.
And then Wigan was somehow convincing. So just need to build on that now, because every game we play, we seem to have a good game and not build on it, which is the only time we kind of did it was FC and then Magic, which was a fairly good 2-game spell.
Yeah, and then we just blew it all. A lot of injuries.
I think we've just kind of been quite unlucky though this season with injuries. I'm not going to go into bans and stuff because it's his own fault really, but
we've been poor in the discipline areas.
I think we might be starting to see a difference in it. I feel like, how long has it been since we last got a player banned? 2 weeks, which is not really a right lot, is it? But
no,
for us it is.
It was prior at Magic. It was like 3 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it is, I suppose, for a team that's been getting bans every week.
Yeah.
In the form table, we are actually above Catalan for the last 9 games. Last 9 games, we've won the same amount as them in the last 9 games, scored more points, and only conceded 12 more despite scoring 70 more points.
Yeah, now in what, 3rd, 4th?
They're 7th in the last 9 games. We're 6th, so playoffs.
Overall in the league, they're what?
3rd. Yeah.
That is progression.
It is quite encouraging based on the start of the season.
Yeah.
And I mean,
how poor we were.
I don't know where it went wrong. I feel like after Warrington, we're all quite confident, even after losing.
Yeah, it was.
Because I don't think we realised
that was a good showing from us. That was good from us.
I don't think we realised at the time that just how poor Warrington really were, and hence why now
they're in 10th.
They're almost in a relegation battle, and it's kind of mad.
I mean, I wouldn't say they're in a relegation battle. I'd keep on Wakey and Toulouse there. That's massive scrap for points, really.
It's a tough one because I'd say the same, but Super League, you never know what's going to happen, do you? That's the problem.
No. There's always at least one every week that causes a massive upset, which was probably us last week. Let's be real.
Yeah, it was. Definitely was.
And the week before, potentially.
It was. Right. So, who's Catalan's top try scorer? I'm not actually too sure. Who is it?
I'd guess Sam Tompkins. Although, top try scorer. This is not going to plan. Bias that. It is.
Mitchell Pearce has got 9. Yaha's got 10.
Yeah.
Yaha was 10.
It's
not a right lot. It's not a right lot, is it?
Meanwhile, ours is Andrew with 15.
I mean, they don't seem to be scoring that many tries.
I wouldn't say they're scoring too many. It's just spread across the pitch, really.
How many tries have we scored in comparisons for us? I reckon we're not far off them.
Hopefully. That would be good.
I reckon we're not yet. But no.
Tries, where is this? We're 6th in the league for tries. They're 8.
So, yeah, we're about...
It's got 2 more tries than them over the
year. In essence, that's kind of... that just kind of tells you how good they've been defensively then.
Yeah, it does.
Because if they're only 8 tries, but are third in the league, and they've just been very well coached this season.
Yeah, they've been like that for the past 3 seasons since
McNamara has done a great
we
job there this
broke
season.
from the bottom half of the league to go further up.
I think McNamara has done a great job there, to be fair.
He has.
I remember us being linked with him before he signed Ryan Smith. I don't think we'd ever signed him, but
then
he
just said no. He totally played it down.
I mean,
fair play to me. Aston done a great job in France.
For meters, their highest meter maker is Tom Davis. He's injured. Next one is...
He'll be one of the forwards.
He's their only meter maker in the top 20. So, I mean...
I'm quite surprised because they've got, I forgot what he's called. The person's off to Warrington next year.
Cassiano and Dudson, both.
Yeah,
top
that's
forwards.
him. Cassiano, that's him, yeah.
Which, like, looking at their individual player stats, they're not that special. It kind of makes you think they are quite a beatable side.
Yeah.
And maybe we should be more confident. So I reckon the players have got to be high in confidence after last week, without a doubt.
Yeah. Oh, hold up. If you go on the websites, they have got a lot of injuries.
They do have quite a lot out.
And
I feel
Kevin Napper, May, that Laguerre bloke, Garcia, Davies, Busquets, Whitley, McMeekin, and Tesaria.
I feel like the more I look at it, the more I feel confident in a weird sense.
I'm feeling the same, to be fair.
Because I don't think I realised just how many players have got out.
Saying that we've also got quite a few out ourselves.
In a sense, we've got the main brunt of the team out.
Barring, yeah. I mean, we've got them in Spine, we've got
Barring Austin and Lehman.
Austin and Lehman.
We've got pretty much first choice Spine. So I think we can kind of
take some confidence.
I mean, presuming the team's probably going to be Hardacre at fullback, Fuster at Hanley wings, Newman, Sutcliffe centres, probably Richie Myler at 6, with Caesar at 7.
Then
Birdski, probably a Connor starting at hooker, I'd say.
Yeah, because Corey Johnson's got Bradford.
Bit of a weird thing, that really. I don't really understand it.
Neither.
I think they're going around the minute that Leeds have signed Tommy Doyle for next season from Bradford. And I just don't really understand.
I've not a clue who he is. Is he actually any good?
He's like their best player.
We'll see. I guess we'll see.
In a sense, though, we've kind of got hookers. Like we've got Jared O'Connor, who's been made into a hooker now.
He's been pretty good there.
And then Johnson, and then now we've signed a fourth. It's just kind of a bit baffling, really, because why do we need this many?
Yeah, unless these aren't actually real rumours. Albeit seem to be quite...
Yeah, it does seem to be quite good. But then
fairly heavy from the Bradford side over the past year or so.
Yeah, it does. First choice pack, really, in it, with Oletty and Pryor, Bentley and Martin. Still on the Tetabano because he's still banned. Surprise.
I don't know when he's back.
I think it's 2 games. Or is it a game? It's just 2 games or the games, something like that. And Cam Smith.
Back at 13.
So pretty strong.
He's been massive for us this year.
He has. I think he's probably been our most underrated player, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with you there.
I mean, looking at the starting 13, it's quite a strong 13. And then on the bench, you'd probably say Brad Dwyer gets the nod, Gannon gets the nod, Donaldson probably gets the nod, and so does Mustafa.
Or Bodine,
yeah. What do you think about the Ryan Smith conference where he said that Muzz had not been made an offer? What do you think to that?
Don't blame him, to be honest. He's not had much game time, so he's probably best off somewhere else.
I get that, but I just feel like the one thing we kind of lack at this team is props.
Yeah, but we've got...
And he's gone.
Hopefully, if you coming in next year.
It's like the thing about Rowan with James McDonald the other day was quite interesting. He said that he was watching Lee for another player. Didn't name any players.
Could be...
No idea
with Bodine leaving.
I mean, no one literally knows. But so we look at these squads, see if there are any props of note that I'd like. I think when you look at it, really, it's just kind of like we are using.
Zane back for Rovers. Two more games left, including this week.
So that's not bad then, is it? I suppose.
Not at all.
Do we really want him back? Sure, because he's hopefully going to tone it down. I mean, hopefully he'll tone it down and we can actually use him.
Oh yeah. Hopefully he doesn't get banned and produces somewhat of a decent performance.
I mean, surely like Rowan's going to have a chat with him and say that this is getting towards his last chance now.
You'd like to think so. He's been a bit he's been really great over his time. He had 2 red cards and plenty of sin bins.
I know Rowan said that he'd only had 1 ban since he was there, which I'm not sure I agree with that. I think it's kind of just it happened before I came. It's not really my problem.
Yeah,
Which
he's had a lot of bans, but so has James Pentley. However, he's not been banned in I don't know how long. I say that and he'll probably get banned this week.
I shouldn't say. I feel like he's turned a corner, but I'm going to say that.
I hope so.
Bite me in the back, innit?
I hope so. Hopefully he's turned a corner.
I think Bentley, when he's not banned and when he's fully fit and wants to play, I think he's one of the best second rows in the league for me. Probably
if
top
not
2.
the best.
If not the best. He's been that good for us. And people are wanting him out because of his discipline, but I think he's done a great job.
Frustration.
Yeah, I think you can see why he's been frustrated this season because
we've been poor.
We have been quite poor, and I don't think everything's always gone away from him. But
he's just in those
kind of moods where he just loves the club, doesn't he? He loves the club as well, and it's like the club that he loves is just not getting what it deserves. So I can understand why he's
he's just as soon as he's in them kind of moods, he will not get out of that until he leaves the pitch.
Yeah, no, and I think it's good to see some passion because I think quite a lot of the squad today probably don't have that connection with the club like he does. I think you've always kind of got to have that connection because it's all right bringing players over that want money and so and whatever, but at the end of the day, they've got to want to play for the club, and I feel like homegrown players, young lads from Leeds, are always going to be the best ones. So you look at Mick's the Leeds lad, let's face it, and
he's pretty much born in the sea, I think.
He's pretty much the best prop which I've seen him since
Peacock.
Since Peacock, yeah. And we've brought in how many since then?
Who did we have in 2017? We won grand final.
Cuthbertson was great that year.
He was
Cuthbertson in his prime he was so good in his prime. But
he's been so underrated during 7 years he's been here.
I remember that one season where he topped the offloads chart and he was so good. Who else did we have? Remember when we signed Dom Crosby? Do you remember when we signed Dom Crosby? That was what a signing.
Oh, it was kind of tragic.
But I think we're probably in a better place now than then.
Oh yeah, definitely. We are awful for 18 and part of 19, and so we signed Martin.
So I think Sam Manufai's been brilliant. He was brilliant. He was a massive part of the Challenge Cup win as well.
I'd love to have had him now. I'd love to have had him. It was mentally good for us.
I agree. Right, anyway, I think probably should go on to predictions for the game now. I think for me, it is away in Catalan, tough place to go. Francis as a whole.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with 24-12 win, 26-12 win.
I'm an optimist, so I'll say Leeds by 14.
Yeah, I feel like that's...
I mean, I'm very optimistic for everything, so...
I feel like that is quite likely, though. So I don't think I've been optimistic and we've been realistic.
Nah, I'd still probably been a bit optimistic if we're being for real. Yeah, they're a good side. They're a very good side.
I don't know, they've got players out. We've not got that many out. We've got players back. We're in good form. We just beat second in the table quite convincingly.
Yeah. You say.
When you put it like that,
it was extremely convincingly.
When you put it like that, it's not optimistic, is it? It's quite realistic, really.
Yeah, but that was poor as well, so you can't really put that off them.
Catalan weren't great last week, though, so I don't think
you'd like to think they would want to bounce back, though, from poor
in a sense, though,
performances.
Didn't he get the golden point? So they're going to be feeling it more than we are. Because
no, I think Tompkins had a drop goal. Let on.
Right. Well, I mean, we didn't really have to do much. We just kind of ran around Wigan. We didn't really defend much.
No, I mean, they was poor. They made 14 handling errors?
Something like that.
Doesn't help, does it?
They basically gave us the game. We just turned up and took it. But no, I think a 14 point is probably for the best. I think that's a decent prediction there. I think we'll take that.
I would definitely take that. This is a hard place to go.
I would take that as well, and I think we're probably at a point now where we should be winning these games.
Right, yeah. So they got a late drop goal to win last week.
So it didn't get to golden point then. They're still going to be tired, surely, because they've been hot. They'll have to work for it probably more than we did.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think all we could do is just kind of hope for the best and just kind of back the boys as we do most weeks.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the rest of the playoff. The run into the playoffs. We've got Salford at home. I think that's
very winnable.
I think it should be a win. Quite simple. I think.
Let's be real. Like, majority of our last games can win.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the only one is that really scares me is Catalans, but it's like we play them twice, don't we now? So I feel like
we've got about a month's time.
I feel like one of these games is going to be a win. If it's not this one, it'll be the next one. Because I think did we not have the same last year? 2 towards the end.
I don't know. I think didn't we lose both of them? I think we played them in.
Shall we beat them once last year away from home?
No, we didn't.
I feel like we did. Something happened. We could force something.
We was really good first half, and we raced into the lead.
That was it, yeah. That was it.
And then they just
balled it, didn't we?
Second half.
It's just what we've done this season as well. To be fair,
I mean, it was the same.
A good half.
Reverse fixture at home.
It just seems to be a
right. They beat 27-18 and 26-18 consecutive weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played them home and away consecutive weeks.
I feel like that was just a style of Agard's team. So I feel like we weren't ever really that compact for a full 80.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can be different now.
Yeah. So. I mean, they've got Artia Hogg back, don't they? He's a solid player.
Yeah, he's a brilliant.
He's very good.
That's what I kind of like, and I love it when teams like Catalans have young French talent and bring young French talent into the sport. I think it's brilliant. It's like Toulouse and Sangare. I don't think many of us would have really known who he was without him.
Without that thing.
Without him playing for Toulouse and being in Super League. So in a sense, I think it's great for the sport.
No.
I didn't have a clue who he was.
Who he was before the things that he'd signed for us for next year.
See, I don't think I did either, really. But I think when you look at what these French teams bring, I think it's a lot more than people realise. Because they're bringing a lot of young French talent they wouldn't otherwise get access to and even the use of. Because Arthur Morg would never have made Super League without Catalans. Neither would Sangare, probably.
I mean,
so it's kind of a big thing.
Depending, yeah, true.
But I think we just need to kind of welcome it and fight for it and advocate for it rather than moaning about things like away fans and stuff. You don't get your money for away fans anyway. It's just not how it happens. But anyway, I think we should be quite confident going into this, to be fair.
Yeah.
So right, guys, thanks for listening. Let us know what you think on social media at Loiners. Is it EXP?
Yeah, it is.
Loiners Experience on Twitter. Let us know if you want to see more of these. Happy to do more. Got plenty of things to talk about. There's a lot going off in Super League at the minute.
Yeah, it's the big race. Big race
for
the playoffs.
It'd be interesting to do an episode from that, actually.
That sixth spot up for grabs.
It is. I think if we make it, it'd be a great thing, but
it will be.
That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
So anyway, Ryan, thanks for having a chat, Ryan. It's been great.
Yeah.
And we'll see you all another time.